YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Listen, Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh yeah, just like I told you guys yesterday, Melyssa Ford wants all the smoke. Melyssa Ford has officially launched season 3 of her podcast, Hot and Bothered. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, she's coming out swinging this first episode. 2 days ago, Mel announced that her first guest was going to be none other than Charlamagne. If you guys missed the video yesterday, please make sure you guys go check it out. Now, the episode has officially dropped. You guys can go watch it on Spotify or her YouTube channel. They spoke about Charlamagne's rise in media, how Charlamagne went from being a shock jock in media to now being one of the most influential and powerful people in podcasting. They also spoke about the right way to build a media empire. And you guys know it would not be a fiery first podcast episode if Mel did not take shots at her old job. Now, initially, everybody anticipated the shots to come from Charlamagne, but no, it was actually Mel that was taking the shots in this episode. Now, while Charlamagne and Melyssa Ford were talking about red pill content and also the manosphere, Mel pretty much called out her old co-host on the Joe Budden podcast for being women-hating, no respect having misogynist. Here's what she said.
4 young black boys. I can't remember what the podcast is called right now, but I mean.
Oh, you're talking about
it starts with a J.
Jamming?
Yes,
like
yes.
Yeah. They're from Chicago, I think.
I love them. Mm-hmm. I love them because it's just they take men and brosphere and red pillars to task, and their rhetoric is so respectful towards women, and they just have so much common sense for being so young. So I follow them. I follow Deontay Kyle. I definitely have an algorithm full of men that are, that are allies to women. But I will also find myself in the comment section of certain things, and it's just, it's very polarizing, and it pulls you. And especially, I've had my own experiences of being around a certain type of, a certain group of men who exhibit groupthink. Mm-hmm. And that groupthink tends to lean very misogynistically. So it has an effect on you, as somebody who's just kind of like absorbing it, simply just because I'm a woman and I'm the woman in the room kind of thing. It's just. I listen,
are there fuck boys out here? Yes, but I still believe in the circle of trust of humans. And I believe that the shooting percentage when it comes to the circle of trust of humans is still very, very high in spite of all the bullshit. And what do I mean by that? We wake up every day, mm-hmm. every single one of us, and we trust that we not gonna go crazy. I don't know none of these people in this room. Mm-hmm. But one of these motherfuckers could go crazy and fuck up the whole day for everybody. You could go to freaking Dunkin' Donuts and order a coffee, and it's that one person in the back who might decide, I'm gonna put some fucking,
arsenic.
fentanyl or arson in her shit. Or you might get in the car with the Uber driver and that person decides to run off the road. My point is, we don't think about that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. You don't go into Dunkin' Donuts and think somebody's gonna put arson into your fucking drink. You don't order the Uber and jump in the car and think this person's gonna run me off the highway. You don't walk in rooms with perfect strangers and be like, okay, who's gonna be the person that shoots this shit up? So mm-hmm. there's a circle of trust that exists amongst humans. And in spite of all of the bullshit, we do pretty good. Mm-hmm. at making sure that all of us are safe and protected. Mm-hmm. So I can't base everything off, just the bullshit. Now, do I, raise my daughters with that mentality? Yes, but I also let them know to be aware. Mm-hmm. Just like right now, I'm aware. I wouldn't walk in here with my own shooter mm-hmm. if I wasn't aware. You know what I'm saying?
Now, first of all, props to Charlamagne for not taking this easy bait from Melyssa. If this was 5 years ago, we would have seen Charlamagne complete the illest alley-oop right there. That was easily a trap set for Charlamagne to say, well, tell me more about these women-hating misogynists that you used to work with, Melyssa. But Charlamagne skipped on right past it. Now, let's be honest here. I think this is part of why a lot of men did not like Melyssa Ford on the podcast. A lot of people felt like Mel never liked to take accountability for anything she said about men. Not only that, but she always saw herself as a victim on the podcast. If the men on the podcast do not agree with anything you're saying about a certain topic, that does not classify the men as misogynist. Most times we saw Mel and Ish, or Mel and Joe, or Mel and pretty much anybody up there get into an argument. 9 times out of 10, it was a topic that had to do with gender. If you guys watch the podcast, Ish, Joe, Ice, they do not consider themselves to be anything close to a red pill podcast. But this is all from her perspective. We don't know what went on behind the scenes at the Joe Budden podcast. All we see is what they show us on the podcast and what they show us on Patreon. An hour after this clip went viral on social media, Joe put out this tweet saying, well, there you have it. I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions from that tweet. Now, if you're a fan of Melyssa Ford, you're probably gonna say, well, this is what happens when you guys treat somebody like shit. You guys never let her get her points off. You guys would always cut her off. And on top of that, you guys would always gang up on her. You guys never gave me the respect that I deserved as a woman. So now that I'm off the podcast, I'm going to label you guys as a bunch of misogynists. Very interesting. I think we do see a response from Joe Budden and the guys. Obviously, nobody wants to be looked at as a red pill misogynist, especially when you feel like that's not a good representation of your character. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of Mel sneak dissing the guys on her podcast? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.